Greetings and welcome to my new calculus channel. My name is John Gabriel. And so in a previous video, this one here called Phi is not a number, I explained to you why the golden ratio, whose measure is a constant, has no actual number describing it. Now the constant is used to describe the measure, but it's not a complete measure, so therefore it's not the number. So now you may ask, well, what happens, for example, if, let's say, we want to manufacture a rod whose length must be the product of square root 2 and phi when given a physical unit? Now, you cannot do this in algebra, okay? So you cannot, for example, let's just come over here and see what's happening. So if I give you a unit like that, any unit like that, in algebra, and you know and I tell you that's like 1 centimeter or 1 inch. Okay. In algebra, you cannot construct a line segment from this that is going to give you phi. That is going to give you. Hang on a second. That is going to give you the golden ratio phi and the square root of 2. Okay. And the square root of 2, and a line that's going to give you the product of these two. So what you want really is the product of these two lines. Okay. Now you cannot do that in algebra, even if I tell you what is the length of this line. Now, in ancient Greece, when they were constructing the Parthenon and doing all sorts of other engineering marvels, they couldn't use algebra for that sort of thing. They needed 100% precise measurement. Okay. So, I mean, when you look at the Parthenon and you look at its symmetry and all the proportions, okay, in it, okay, all the proportions in it, they're perfect. There was no room for a mistake, okay? So now, let's see how we can manufacture a rod whose length must be the product of the constant root 2 and phi. Okay, so we're given any physical unit. So this is a physical unit. It can be any length we like, okay? 1, 2, 3, anything, okay? Let's just leave it at 2 for the time being. We need to construct the symptoms. These are the symptoms. This here is the symptom of square root 5. Okay, so if we want to get exactly square root 5, this length here is, if this is the unit, this is what we think of as square root 5, but there isn't really a square root 5. Okay, because square root 5 means the measurement of this line using this line here, okay, this line. So this is the measuring line. Let's just give it a color of magenta. And let's do the same here and give this guy a color of magenta so you can understand. So the symptom square root 5 is this line and square root 2 is this line. Okay, so we construct a unit first, which is this line here. Okay, and we start off by reproducing this unit as I have here. We construct phi, which means taking this line and placing it perpendicular like that. Then we construct square root 2, which means taking this line and concatenating it to this line. And finally, we compute the product. Okay, so this orange length is the product of phi and square root 2. Okay, and by the way, the length of this line is not 2.288. It's actually 4.57649. It's only 2.8825 if the unit that we chose is 1. Okay, but there is no ideal unit 1. Okay, this is also a unit, and that's also a unit. Okay, so in any of these cases, if we're given this unit, then the length of the rod is 4.57649 based on this little green line as the unit. Okay, and of course, if we divide the length of this orange line by the green line, that will always be 2.28825, which is phi times root 2 in terms of what? In terms of the abstract unit. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll place a link to this applet so you can download it and play with it. And you can move these around. It's pretty fancy. Okay. Whoops. Like that. And do whatever you want with it. Now, if you're not already a subscriber to my channel, please become one. Please click like. Please tell your friends about this. And if you want to get access to special information that I normally don't share with the public, that means not only the access to the New Calculus Discord, but to a special directory, which remains privileged for those who pay €5 a month. And it has a special members-only directory, which you cannot look at unless you're a member. So please become a member, and it only costs you a cup of coffee every month. That's all it costs you. I mean, €5. What do you have to lose? And consider what you have to gain. I'm John Gabriel, and this is New Calculus Channel. Till next time.